Hey everyone, it's Borg Brain coming back at you with another educational blockchain video. This video is on removing LP tokens from Uniswap. Um, but really, it's really about is about Fetch.ai. So Fetch is an AI project. It's one of a few AI plays out in the blockchain space, and it's one of the oldest. I'm not sure who would be the oldest that's still around. It might be AGI, but I'm not sure. Maybe Fetch might even be older than AGI. I'm not really sure. AGI is Singularity Net, headed by the grandfather of AI, Dr. Ben Goertzel. Now, I I've got a lot of interest in AI, and I originally I had some money in AGI for a while, but then I pulled it out because I had some, and then I found Fetch. Now, when I say this, you know, I'd still have money in AGI, but there were reasons why I moved it out at the time. I'm not a whale. I don't have like a pile of money in the blockchain space, and at the time I was a bit more concerned with this and that. I'm not saying this to toss AGI under the bus or anything, but I I think I was consolidating at the time or something. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I might re-enter AGI at some point, but I've been holding Fetch for a while. Now, what happened was um, I noticed that the ETH Fetch pair in Uniswap had really low liquidity, so I was like, oh, I'm just going to buy some Fetch because I like it, and I'm going to provide liquidity to uh, the Fetch ETH pair because it has such a high price impact. When there's low liquidity in Uniswap, there's a really high price impact. Um, and Essentially, I guess the point of this whole thing was when I did that, I actually did a video on it. This is months ago, and I did a whole series of videos actually, but then I binned them all. I threw them all out. I was we were waiting on motion graphics and stuff, but my intention was to make these educational videos for Crypto Society. And I guess the long story short is it went on for too long and I got distracted. And I went on this whole journey with just a bunch of stuff for a while. And I came back to these educational videos. I decided I'm not going to release any of those first ones. Um, but now I've got this goal of I'm just going to do the rest of 2021 and I'm going to make one educational blockchain video a day. That's my goal. So I don't know if I'll make it. I don't know if I'm going to run out of ideas. If you have any ideas, please send them my way because I can use them. I have a list of, I don't know, maybe like 10 video ideas right now. So if you want to keep getting content like this on a daily basis, I'm going to do my best. Please send me, do your part and send me some, please send me some ideas on educational things I can do in the blockchain space. Um, how to do a thing. This is what I'm focused on in these video series. I want to show you how to do a thing. I don't want to be just like going on and on. Oh, like buy this project. I don't want you to buy any project other than something that you are personally interested in. So like don't watch this video and just be like, oh, I gotta buy Fetch. I mean, I don't know what kind of like influence I have at this point right now. Really, I'm just some mostly unknown person. But the the point is that if you I don't really want to be an influencer. Essentially, I want to just show you how to do a thing. Okay, I guess is my whole point here. There's lots of people on YouTube and in Twitter and whatnot that uh, are they're influencers, and I mean, if you want to be influenced, then go follow them. If you want to learn about the blockchain space and how to do a thing, then follow me. Um, anyway, so I guess the whole roundabout thing is this is for educational purposes only. Do your own research. This is not financial advice. Be safe, have fun, and I think if you treat blockchain as more of a thing to have fun with, then I think you're going to have more fun than if you just you get too focused on just when moon, when Lambo, uh, and when ape 24/7 for some people. And this video is for Crypto Society, so all the links for Crypto Society for me, and for the relevant links that I'll be going through here. I'm going to post most of these tabs. They'll be in the description below. Like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. There's what I'll start doing. I'll start including a tip jar. The tip jars for Crypto Society in general. We're hoping to have more video content in the future, so um, that'll be in the description too. I'm not trying to, whatever. But if you do like the content, like little tippy, little tip from the community in the tip jar wouldn't go astray. It'll go towards general Crypto Society kind of stuff. Um, so anyway, let's get on to it. So the first order of business here is removing liquidity pool tokens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my tokens that I put in there, and um, basically I'm going to remove them with regular gas and then start talking about it, because the last few videos I sped up the gas, but then I go on and on and on. So why not just do the thing, and then while I'm waiting at normal gas speed, take a couple minutes, I can transaction goes through and I could just slowly go through the content. I could be better at structuring these things, because like I said, I'm no whale. So a couple of these videos of burning 50 $100 or whatever, it adds up. So anyway, when you're in Uniswap, now, and I've done a few videos now on creating Uniswap liquidity pool tokens. But basically, while it's connected, that has the liquidity pool tokens in it, and I click pool. And there you go. Now, so sometimes you come here, and like I think if you've like cleared the cookies or something, sometimes, or like internet browser, I don't know. Sometimes it'll disappear, and you can't see it. So then you actually have to manually, you go add liquidity, and you put in the two tokens that are in here, and then they'll pop up, right? But as you see it, here they are. Now, so if I go to manage, come down here and you see my total pool tokens are 105. And I got my FET and my ETH, and I have a 5.56% of the pool. I think when I put it in, I actually had 10%. Now, regardless, I can look at the fees and analytics, whatever, but I'm just going to remove, and I'm going to remove the max. And the reason is, I got to get it out of here. I got to get it out of here for a reason, and I'm going to explain it, my reasoning for this, as I do it. So anyway, I click approve. And MetaMask is doing its thing. So I sign, I'm approving, Uniswap, to like I'm okay. So when you create liquidity pool tokens, you create these like tokens. They're like technically sitting in your wallet, and your tokens go into a smart contract that can get pulled out of uh, when people are trading in this pool. Using ETH to buy FET, or using FET to buy ETH. Okay, and essentially, anyway, so 100%. I'm going to click remove. So I, it, basically, that first transaction is it's not an actual transaction. It's a digital signature. saying that I'm approving to essentially take these liquidity pool tokens and split them apart to get 50-50 value in FET and Ethereum. So whatever I put in there a few months ago, I'm getting back a different amount of ETH and I'm getting it back a different amount of FET. And yeah, I've earned fees from it, but then also I've experienced impermanent loss. Okay, now 2250 is not cheap, but I'm going to hit confirm and close. So as I'm waiting for this, I don't know how long it's going to take. I go to Finematics. So I showed this in a previous video to just kind of touch base on impermanent loss. It's something that you should know about. Um, and basically, I'm doing some of these kind of like Uniswap LP. I've done a few of these videos, and I'll probably do more of them where you create liquidity pool tokens in Uniswap and you use those to yield from. And you're like passively gaining another token. The problem with that is impermanent loss. And so, like, you're getting fees from trading. Like, each trade, there's a little kind of tax put onto it, and then that's given to all the people in the pool. And so, your value is like going up. But then people are using Uniswap, and these are like there's bots, there's trading bots, there's front running bots, and I mean I'm not going to go into all these things, but the point is there's all these ways to basically slowly milk the value out of that liquidity pool in kind of trading games and arbitrage and stuff. So as that's happening, your the overall pool value is going down. You own a percentage of the pool, but then you're getting fees. But in general, what seems to be the case is that in all these kind of like two-part liquidity pools, is that impermanent loss is a thing where unless you're getting like bonuses in like kind of airdrop tokens and stuff, then it's not really worth your while because you're just slowly losing value by having stuff in Uniswap. So um, apologies to Uniswap because I love Uniswap and I'm still going to use it, even though it's stupid expensive. But it's just there's so many good projects on it, and a lot of projects it's the only place to buy it. Hopefully, Uniswap's got some like really novel ideas for V3, which is upcoming soon. But yeah, impermanent loss is a big deal. So I think the future of decentralized exchanges, 100%, is there are protections against impermanent loss, and I think there seems to be more and more better kind of technology and thought going into some of these future systems and decentralized exchanges that are coming up. Hydra DX looks really cool. PokeSwap looks really cool. Bancor's out there; they're doing cool stuff, and then Yearn, Andre Cronje has got some crazy stuff. But anyway, watch the video, read about it. Fetch. Let's look at Fetch. So Fetch is nearing 10 cents, and you know, oh yeah, so it hit 10 cents. If you look at the chart, it's been slowly growing. But if we go to the max, you'll see the token's been out for almost 2 years, and it started, and it was where was it? Where was its peak? Like 44 cents or something. And right now it's almost 10. So uh, and there was a big spike in the crypto markets in September, but the overall crypto market cap has far eclipsed what it was in the beginning of September. And I know a lot of that money's gone into Bitcoin, and then it's sort of Ethereum's really pumped, but then now all the alts, like I think they got a lot of room to grow at the current point, as especially if like BTC and Ethereum crab sideways or continue going up. Um, a lot of alts with the charts that look like this. I mean, that's but I don't know. I'm not like a chart reader guy. It just seems I don't know. But anyway, Fetch. So Fetch is a project. I don't know. They have autonomous AI agents. I mentioned Singularity Net. I think uh, basically Singularity Net is another project that's about AI. I'm not invested in them at the current moment. I was. Um, and there's Ori, which I'm invested in and I'm staking. I'm going to do a video on Ori in the future. I'm going I'm going to do a video on Ori. But I'm really rambling in this video right now. I'm not getting anywhere. So let's move on. Uh, AGI is a much more broad concepted sort of we're trying to create this Skynet world brain blockchain based general intelligence. It's like a ridiculously huge problem to solve. Um, Fetch AI, they're like, let's give developers the ability, machine learning specialists, to create these like little autonomous or these like little AI agents, basically, and then people can rent them out. So it's like AI as a service. And but then they've got ideas of all these other projects as well. One of the early like supporters is Outlier Ventures and Jamie Burke, which I'm going to touch on very quickly in a second. If you are a developer, if you got a project early on, check out the Basecamp. They've got like an accelerator program coming up in a little bit later in 2021. So if you are, or you know someone who's interested, just tell them to check out Basecamp. Um, and basically, I I had previously recorded the video for Fetch AI when I provided the liquidity pool tokens in my binned videos. I actually started doing the videos because I wanted to cover Ocean Protocol's data marketplace right when it launched. And it's a shame. I'm gonna just scrap those videos. I don't know if I'll do it again. Maybe I'll do it, but in Rinkeby Ocean. So maybe that'll be a couple videos. But anyway, Ocean Protocol Marketplace. So Fetch.ai and Ocean Protocol have a partnership, and it's a fairly deep partnership. Um, Now, what Fetch is their AI agents. AI is a service. And what is Ocean? Ocean is like is basically big data, but creating like these uh, data marketplaces where you can put data on chain. You can privatize data in these kind of like these secret stores, and Ocean actually have a partnership with Secret Networks, which I've previously done videos on, because Ocean want to use the secret contracts to kind of privatize and encrypt the data in the data marketplaces. So the data marketplace is a way where if you have data, you can buy and sell, or you can sell the data, or give access to the data in these data marketplaces, and then other people can basically stake in the with your data, buy a share of your thing if they want to speculate on it. So if you release a bit of data, and you put up your initial funds, and people buy or sell it, whatever, and you can sell it, or it's a I don't know. It's an interesting thing. So maybe I'll do this again one day. Ocean Market app. You can go in and check out all the data sets. Let's click on it really quick. Um, so yeah, you go in here and 275 data sets. So there's like Trump tweets. There's oh that maybe that has more value now. Where was it? Oh, so yeah, Trump tweets. So um, he got kicked off Twitter, but here you can see all the tweets and the Twitter and whatnot for 1.5 Ocean. Um, anyway, the Ocean Protocol Data Marketplace. Check it out. Maybe I'll do a video in the future. Now, Smart Dubai. Okay, so the reason why I bring this up is smart cities, which might feel like a total like I'm gone off into space now. Uh, Dubai is one of the premier smart cities in the world. Okay, and you go to smartdubai.ae and you can check it out. Here is a PDF from it's a couple months ago, and it's the convergence in smart cities, building the digital infrastructure for the fourth industrial revolution. Okay, and if you scroll down here, you've got the foreword by Jamie Burke of Outlier Ventures. Yeah, follow him on Twitter. He picks good picks. He invested in Ocean, he invested in FET, and he invested in secret networks as well. I do very much like Jamie Burke's picks, but if you scroll down, it's blah 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 blah, smart cities and uh, sort of the value from smart cities and um, all this kind of stuff. So if you scroll down, you got Sovereign. Okay, now Sovereign is this older project, and Jamie Burke's also involved with them, and they're sort of like the first blockchain project who brought up this whole the future concepts of DIDs, but like specifically they brought up SSIs. So what a DID is a decentralized identifier, basically. Like a number to identify a thing. It could be a person, or it could be a transaction, or it could be like a wallet, or a car, or a smartphone, or a smart meter, or a refrigerator, or whatever. Um, but SSI is a self-sovereign identity, so it's like that, but like for a person. And the idea is like to have a way of verifying identity that's decentralized and is more secure than the ways that we have right now with paper documents. Because identity theft is bad, but it's going to get much worse in the way we're going. We need to have our methods for personally verifying each other are drastically, out of date and in need for an update in our new digital world we find ourselves in. But so Sovereign, IoT data marketplaces, did you say? So then there's Ocean Protocol, right? And where is it? Fetch, right? So the cool thing here is that you've got this smart city project, and you've got Fetch, and you've got AI, and self-sovereign identities and decentralized identity and Internet of Things, contributing to pools of data where AI can take the data. And there's the thing with AI and big data is that AI needs data to get smarter and to get better at doing things. And big data needs AI to become more relevant, right? So it's sort of like a match made in heaven. And then you have a system for identifying all the IoT devices that create all the data in the city, and you can find all sorts of crazy efficiencies and ways of saving money and ways of improving quality of life for cheaper. I mean, so Dubai. I would say Singapore is probably the premier smart city in the world right now, but there's a few big Chinese juggernauts and Dubai. I mean, there's a couple European cities. Uh, North America's kind of a little bit behind the game, to be honest, but you know, whatever. Anyway, uh, and then when it comes to self-sovereign identity, sovereign and digital identity, uh, I got a Medium page. Now I've only done two articles. I don't know. This one took a couple days to write, and it's much quicker doing these videos. So I don't know. I'm gonna do another big one. I was actually gonna do one on smart cities. Was my idea for my next one, and I wrote a few pages out. But this one's I mean, this is what is it? A 23-minute long form read with like 150 to 200 links in it if you want to learn more. But this is all about decentralized identification and self-sovereign identification, biometrics, and whatnot. Long read. I'll give the link in the description if you have interest in sort of um, the future of identity, uh, blockchain based identity and verification of credentials. Because this is actually, I would say, it's an important read because there's some scary stuff in it, but there's some cool stuff too, and there's hope for the future. So check it out. Anyway, here we go to Fetch.ai, and yeah, I mean, buy FET token. Um, let's check out Uniswap really quick. So where is it? So the Uniswap pool tokens have been separated into Fetch and ETH. 50/50 in my MetaMask wallet. And so I'm going to go back to Fetch. Uh, oh, here we are. Um, use cases. So, like really quickly, um, this is worth checking out. So, um, their smart cities program, which I kind of touched base on, commodity exchanges. Here's the CEO, Humian Sheikh. This guy, underrated CEO, as Jamie Burke recently tweeted. I saw him tweet that, and I very much agree. He doesn't get enough love. Collective learning, all these proof of concepts for healthcare, street signs, T-Mobile, T-Systems collaboration with Fetch, autonomous supply chains, University of Cambridge, right? Transport and mobility, rail, smart parking and congestion solutions for smart cities, smart e-mobility and electric vehicle infrastructure, thermometers, Internet of Things, energy, energy web. I don't know, because Energy Web has a partnership with Ocean Protocol, and Fetch and Ocean are quite close from what I can tell. But anyway, um, the purpose of this video is to stake Fetch tokens. So you go to staking and you click stake. So when you stake Fetch tokens through this portal, you're actually you passively gain Fetch tokens. Now I should have been doing this before a long time ago, but I wasn't because I just didn't. As I tell people, do your own research. Uh, and I didn't. And instead of this, I didn't get. Basically, they made a new token for this the kind of a decentralized kind of exchange in a way called MTLX, some sort of like trading exchange, DeFi, and it's powered by Fetch. And they have another one, ATLX or something, as a token for this other system that they're doing. I don't know, but the people were airdropped the MTLX tokens, metallics, and I didn't get those airdrops. Instead, I'm sitting around getting impermanently losing my funds instead of gaining Fetch tokens at a better rate without impermanent loss, and on top of that, getting airdropped MTLX tokens. So anyway, this is how you stake. You go to top up. And we're back. Apologies. So that actually everything in the video up to now was recorded a few days ago, but I ran into some technical difficulties. Essentially, what happened was I did the kind of pre-confirmation, and then it would just hang out there and not do anything. So I tried it a few times, and then I ended up going to the Fetch.ai official Telegram channel and asked admin for some help. So that's what I did. When I went there, they said, oh yeah, well basically MetaMask last week did an update, and ever since then, kind of MetaMask, Chrome, and Fetch AI staking portal, something in there, the lines are crossed. So people are getting bounced. They suggested to try another browser, but downloading another browser and then getting it's just too much. I work way too many hours a week. If you watch these videos, you know I'm doing 60 plus hours of labor away from computer and phone. So I'm doing my best to keep up on these videos and give you the content and make one instructional how-to blockchain video a day with commentary, long form. So, one a day for the rest of the year. That's my challenge I've given to myself. So the long story short is they said, try that, and I said, I can't. I'm not dealing with this right now. And I started making other videos because I'm trying to get caught up to have maybe a 2 week buffer so then I can spend more time kind of researching. Do some simple ones that are easy and then do ones that I have to do more kind of back leg work and research and trying things out so that, organizing my thoughts or on some more complex subjects. Um, but the long story short is I'm here now, and I tried it last night, and some went through. So I'm hoping it's going to fully work this time. I only staged the first few tokens, but yeah, staking Fetch AI, FET tokens. So it's pretty simple. Fetch.ai/staking, right? click staking when you're on the main website, and you click here, stake. So that'll bring you to staking.fetch.ai, and as always, all the links here will be in the description of the video. And here we are. So as you see, my 20 FET tokens are in this staged. So how this works is, I've got my total amount of FET, right? That's including the 20. In my MetaMask wallet, I've got this amount, and in the contract, I've got 20. So the first thing I do is I deposit my Fetch tokens into the contract here, and this is like a staging zone. And then from there, I stake them, and I actually kind of put them into stake them 100%. And then they start, I start getting my rewards. And then the possibility of perhaps some airdrops in the future of these other tokens that they have. So the lockup period here is 25 days. So what that means is, this is the staging zone. So I do a transaction to deposit here, then I do a second transaction to actually deposit in here. So they're staked. And when I want to pull them out, I do remove, and then I've got to wait. They stage into here, and then I've got to wait 25 days to remove them from the staging zone. So, long story short, the video is long enough, and all this extra editing and coming back to it and trying to figure out where I was is just a bit much. So I'm going to go top up. So, amount. I type in the full amount. Now, I did this before, and I put in the comma, and it won't recognize it. So if you're doing this, just make sure you don't put in a comma if you have any up here. Just put in the whole number, and I click Submit. And it brings me to MetaMask, and MetaMask is thinking, and here we get it. So am I going to allow Fetch.ai to spend my FET? And, this huge transaction fee. So I say confirm, and it's thinking, and yeah, so it's the first stage, and I'm going to have to do a second stage. Now, I believe, if I was to look it up, I believe gas costs are starting to really climb. I was doing the prep work for this to find out where I was so I could just kind of record the last bit of the video. It happened a few days ago, and I've recorded 5 or 6 videos since then, so I had to kind of go back and figure out where I left off in the middle of the technical difficulties, what was a good place to kind of pick up the video. And yeah, I found a place to pick it up. So, I mean, what else is there to say about FET as the thoughts go through? Well, I guess transactions confirmed. So transaction cost, it's $5.10 or whatever to confirm the spend, and then $13 for the actual transaction. So we're going to hit confirm. And he's thinking again. So what I'll say is that Fetch are building up towards a mainnet launch. It might be V2 of the main launch, or the mainnet. I can't remember completely, and I apologize because I try to do my best with these videos. But, I'm an anonymous guy on the internet, so just always take everything with a grain of salt. Whether it's me or any other person, any flapping head on YouTube or whatever. So anyway, here we are. So this should display my total FET. So I'm going to just refresh the window because I think that's it, because it says it's been spent here. And I'm not seeing my FET. Let's have a look in MetaMask. And, oh, so they've popped up. All right, so they've recognized all my FET now. And as you see, my total FET, this is my total FET amount. In MetaMask, I've just got some pixie dust in there. And then in the contract, I've got my the vast majority, all the whole FET tokens. So here it is. So now, as you can see, I haven't staked them yet, so I'm going to go stake. So I click stake, and I get this number, and I just type in this number again. Remember, no commas. If you put in a comma, it's going to be like, oh, it's non-numerical submission, or something to that effect. And so here we are, 17 bucks. What can I say about Ethereum, right? I mention it in every video that I do anything on Ethereum. The gas costs are very high, and I love Ethereum. I love it. very, very much. But the transaction costs are just too, far too high. They're just far too high. And Ethereum has to scale, and I can't afford to do everything on Ethereum because, like if I had $1 million sitting around, then I could just do these videos every day and never have to worry about, $100 a day in gas costs, whoop-de-doo. But that's a lot of money for me. I mean, I have to work for a living to pay the rent, right? And I spend $100 in gas costs on a video, or like this one is, what is it? I mean, $40 or something that I've spent in gas costs, or pushing that at least. So, $40 in gas costs. I mean, that's over an hour of hard labor for me at my job to, to almost, yeah, well, an hour and a half or something. And I get paid well for what I do, but I have to break my back for that money. And now I'm spending it in the blockchain. In a sense, it's this money I'm playing around with is found money, but I try to disconnect my, like, what I make in the real world in fiat and cryptocurrency. These are like two kind of different things. But then when I see the U.S. dollar amount, oh, that's, if no one knows, I live in Canada, so to me that's actually, I mean, yeah, that's pushing 2 hours of back-breaking work lifting couches and stuff out in the elements. It's actually snowing a little bit today, and I'm not going to tell you exactly where I am, but I'm in Western Canada where it's not too it's not too we don't get very much snow in my area, but it is snowing today, so I have to work out in that crap, lifting heavy stuff and slipping around. So anyway, like I said, I'm a guy on the internet. Take it as a grain of salt, and always do your own research. If you want to know more about Fetch, then go to their website. I want to do more videos on Fetch in the future. They have an incentivized testnet. I haven't looked into it fully, but I'm going to look into it and see if I can do a video on that as well. Because incentivized testnet to me sounds like there's some incentives or rewards for doing a thing. So if I can figure out how to do the thing to get those rewards in any kind of reason, then I will be doing a video on that for you in the near future. So the lockup period now is 23 days. I'm not really sure what's up with this because it said 20 days before, so I don't know if this is a back-end issue with Fetch or if it's just being silly. But anyway, if I want to remove, I click remove and I go through the transactions. Of course, I'm not going to do that because I spit it back out, and now I'll be sitting on 80 or $100 USD for the day for doing nothing. My purpose here is to put all my FET tokens into the staking portal and to receive passive awards of FET tokens. And as you see, current reward, it's just piling up. So that's about it. Fetch.ai, check it out. All the links will be in the description. Ring the bell, give a like, give a subscribe. I'll be doing another, no blockchain maximalism here. I'll be covering everything. If it's interesting or if someone suggests it to me, I'll do my best. I'm going to avoid like really sleazy, scammy projects and try to focus on like the tech and cool, interesting ways to interact with Web3 kind of widgets and using MetaMask and stuff. But I want to push the boundaries. Like I've done a few videos on Kepler. I want to do some more videos on Kepler in the future. But yeah, that's about it. So hope you enjoyed the video. Links are in the description. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I'm out. Peace.